Hello everybody. Now, since the last time we played this and we discovered that the Oblivion gate didn't exist and I could not play through the game anymore, I recreated Skew again. And I created the ultimate version of Skew. Why do I call it ultimate? Well, for several different reasons. One, I have my companion back. Not only a companion, but the exact same companion. And in this version of the game, there's several other adventures that are low enough level that by the time I hit maybe level 15 or so, I might be able to get myself more teammates. Also, this time I did something that I had been putting off all of this time, and I went spell creating. I sat down and I figured out the Oblivion gate. You can see it's here. I figured out the spells that Skew should have. And what I discovered was, now that I feel like, crossed the last hurdle of understanding how illusion works, I have become a god. Here's what I mean. So, Supreme Magicka, the mod that this Rebirth Plus uses, has two settings that can be enacted to increase the duration of your spells. Now, this is because the balancing mechanic of Oblivion is, if you want to have a spell that is really powerful, the duration will be really, really short. And if you want a spell that has a really long duration, you have to make it less powerful. Conjuration, bigger the monster, smaller the time frame. Supreme Magicka has two things to battle this. One, a thing saying that when you hit Journeyman level, which is of the 50s, in a magic skill, particularly Alteration, Conjuration, and Illusion, they double your duration. There's also another setting, which is active in the Rebirth Plus version, which says that your wisdom, your intelligence, and your personality have additional effects on your magic. Now, this is how I can play Skew, right? Because personality increases the level that I can affect with my illusion magic. It turns out intelligence, I think every 10 points above 20 or something, adds time to your spells. Now, I had not noticed this because you have to click it in a separate little thing. They're like, let's see here. Mute, this little thing. Silence 15 feet for 20 seconds. I click on it and I'm fine. Let's go somewhere else. Now let's come back and take a look. 82 seconds. Because you see, what was it, 20 before? You can get out of it, come back. That 20 gets doubled and becomes 40. And then, because my intelligence is 100, an extra 40 gets added on. And so, it's now 82 seconds. I don't know where that extra 2 seconds is coming from, but that is the formula. Double the time, and then add, for 100 intelligence, plus 40 seconds. Now what this means is I have finally unlocked being the illusionist I always wanted to be. Let's see here. Now, I finally made a bunch of spells. I put A in front of all their names so that they are much easier to locate. So let's see here. I have a Frenzy spell. Frenzy up to level 7 in 40 feet for 20 seconds. On a basic Oblivion game, you cast this, boom! 40 foot, you're going to hit everyone up to level 7, and they're going to fight each other for 20 seconds. Let's get on. We're going to get out. We're going to get back in. Frenzy up to level 26 and 40 feet for 82 seconds. That is a room clearer. And they're all that way. I made 3 versions of every Dominate spell. So I've got one where the time is big, 60 seconds. I have one where the area is big, 30 feet for 40 seconds. And one where the level is big, level 22 in 10 feet for 20 seconds. When I add that on, this becomes, I can command things up to level 25 for 162 seconds. I can command these guys for 122 seconds at level 24, and for Creature Lord, I can get up to level 41 creatures. I don't think there is a thing in this game that is level 41. If they are, it's way at the end. Which means I have done it. Now, I pointed this out to the guy who made Rebirth Plus, and he just updated the collection. So a few things changed. This is still using the old version. It's mostly just like a few bug fixes, a few mod swaps for little things, not too big. But I pointed this out, and he might change it by the next thing, because if duration is your what the trade-off is for power, if you have this much of an increase to duration and this increase into things here, I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this character, but nothing can stop me. And one of the worst part, look at this. Paralyze in 20 feet for 1 second. 71 MP. This is a make everyone stop for a second, right? 44 seconds. This spell I am not going to use. This is too powerful. I will not use this spell unless I have no other option. Why I named it the cheat. But even these other ones, like I could have made versions of these spells that were a lot cheaper. Like the creature ally, heck. Like that one is creatures up to level 25 for 162 seconds. I could have gone even smaller. I mean, heck, the shortest duration I could make of this spell is 1 second, doubles to 2 seconds, 42 seconds. 42 seconds is a fight. I could have made this a lot cheaper, but for my own sake, so that this game is not a cakewalk and I don't have to crank the difficulty up to 1,000,000% just to have a challenge, I made all these spells with very high MP costs. You know, this one, Creature Lord, I have to have full MP to use it, so that I still have a challenge. So I'm not using Paralyze, I'm using very expensive, overdone spells. I mean, seriously, there is never going to be something that is level 41. I don't need the spell this big, but I'm hoping this will let me play the Master Illusionist that I wanted to play and have it not be ludicrous cakewalk. So if you don't want those things, if you don't want the increased duration, you can go into Supreme Magicka, change their .ini file, and take that out. You can take out the doubling when you get to journeyman level of your duration for alteration, conjuration, illusion. And you can also disable the intelligence affecting the duration of spells. However, the setting that makes intelligence add plus 40 seconds onto all of your spells is the same one that makes personality affect your level cap for illusion. So it's both or nothing. I could have gone through and eliminated the doubling as well to decrease the amount, but with the plus 40 seconds from intelligent, doubling was just gilding the lily. I decided this balance of making the spells a lot more expensive was better for it. But to show you just what it's like now, running skew, now that I have crafted the spells and figured out that last bit of illusions, I am going to run Oblivion again. I know I just said. And we're going to see just how easy it becomes. By the way, this is my old companion, and that is Sir Snuggles. He is back to being... Oh, and other things as well. I'm sorry for the people that don't want to. For anyone who is thinking of spellcrafting, I went through and I crafted myself, so I've got... Here's what my spells look like right now. I have, instead of a healing spell or a illusion spell, I created... Oh, sorry. I created a spell that combines them. So, a Great Escape. I made a worse version of it. This one's better. Invisible for 52 seconds. It's 5. The setting was set for 5 illusion invisibility. Everything else is just those things. And then restoring 40 points of health to myself over 4 seconds. So those spells are combined, so turning invisible or healing myself, it's just one shot. I have a companion that I summon, also shielding myself, which again, 30 seconds. Actually, it's 102 seconds. Kind of ludicrous. I have better charm spells. I've got the spell that does this, and then I've got Night Eye. I have this one, but I don't need it. Detect Life is not actually that important, I find. And then I made an end spellcaster spell to silence people. 3 versions of Feather. And then, of course, I've got Soul Trap for when I want to be using that. And then whatever these ones are. So for what I've got going on now, I am going to set... I can only set one of these spells. from the way that my configuration does. I'm going to set a creature army. Actually, you know what? Let's just stick with ally. I know I just saved, my goodness, sorry. And let's see how easily I can run Oblivion this time. Like I said, I set my spells to have a really high MP cost, so I still have to manage myself carefully. I tell you, if I just maxed out my wisdom, this character would be a man. Got one of them. Get the other one. What are you doing? No, you idiot. And look, now they're just gonna fight each other. These are all my companions, but they don't like each other. You... I feel so terrible. I really wanted to keep him alive. Come. Actually, you know what? I don't need you. Oh, I also made a spell that heals and illusions my companions. Where's my cat? Where is my cat? Oh, come on. Kitty, 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 kitty. Sir Snuggles, where are you? You are out. Come on, come on. You know what? I'm just gonna put the cat away. I want the cat to level up. I do. Having the cat, the whole point of having him. Rather happy? Great. Follow. You coming? Yes. Don't know why that took off. Okay, now, let's go run Oblivion as fast as possible. Doom. What's our map look like? Okay, we got one tower there. We got the main tower. We got a cave right there. I'm gonna do it all. The only thing I don't have, so restoration is not affected by these duration increases. It's like the only one that isn't of all the things that you think I would really like good duration. So I still, if I want to have really good like increasing my attributes, that is still that is the one problem. My allies, including other summon people like you saw before, will fight each other. But that's good. It means that they will kill each other, and I can still get some experience watching people die. Anyway, restoration, like I was saying, doesn't get the increase like the other ones do. So I don't have the benefit of... I can't, like, increase my speed or increase my attributes and have that just hang around forever. That cat, I've been doing everything I can to raise that cat's level, and I've raised that cat's level several times. His hit points are significantly higher than what he started as, but it's still not enough. That is still just on the verge of death all of the time. Wizard's helmet? I mean, I don't use it. Oh, other thing, to indicate to you just what I mean when I say this character is incredibly powerful now. Let's just kill you. some of you might remember from when I was in that cave, and there was that named necromancer that I just could not beat. I beat him with this character. It was tough. I had to mind control everyone in the room to jump her, and it wasn't enough. And so I had to mind control her so she could stay still long enough for me to silence her, which didn't seem to work. It was insane trying to beat someone, even with mind control, who had that many hit points, but I beat him. Which is why I now have her equipment. She was apparently from, not from Mascar, but from the other one, Oscuro's. Oscuro's overhaul includes special, super people, super necromancers, hidden around different places, and if you find them and you can kill them, you can get their stuff. So that is her hat. She also had a really nice robe, but it wasn't as nice as this one. It was more specialized. It was like, what was it? What was it? It was like resistance to paralysis and a few other things. Increased health if it's paralysis. Anyway. And a note just to throw out there, my companions here. One thing that I learned, you have to tell them to pay attention, and then you do not tell them at ease. When they are paying attention, they just follow you like a normal companion, nothing. If they're at ease, they will act on their own, and that seems fine. They'll loot things for you, they'll pick up things you might have missed, then they'll sell stuff when they go into town, which is why this person, who I handed all of these stabs, had another one that did shock damage for 80 points. The one I actually went through, instead of crafting the paralysis staff in this character, I crafted a combat staff. So I'm like, I need one big power spell. Went and sold it, and I missed it. So, because I wanted him to have all of these staves, you have to tell him, pay attention. Don't tell him at ease, because otherwise he will sell all of this extra weapons. It's terrible. Anyway, let's go solve this. I apologize. I said I was going to do this super fast and show you just how easy it was. And, well, I guess I have been. I just like to talk and want to show you. Oh, no. Oh, don't do that to me. Lag. We'll restart this. Sorry, another mod problem. Okay, doing that again, without hopefully lockups this time. So my character looks like this time, followed by a cat, and an ally, and anyone I can mind control. Ow. Bad guy. That's one of the reasons why having the low, or having high cost spells is a bit of a limitation, because I can still miss. That's kind of the only thing I can do. Where are they? I also could mind control him, but you know what? Don't need to. Guys did I just get? You. Oh, I didn't get you. Oh. Okay, after that last reload, I forgot to turn the camera back on when I jumped back into it, so I defeated this whole tower in record time, showing off all of my illusion powers, and I wasn't recording it. But why can't I move? Why can't I move? Controls. Okay, everybody, so after that last time that I had to restart the computer, I forgot to turn on the camera. So I ran through the Oblivion level wonderfully, beat the whole thing rather quickly, just like I said I would, and I didn't show any of it to you. And when I realized that, when I had just beaten the Oblivion Gate, so I saved quick, turned it off. A little voice inside me said, maybe I shouldn't, but I did. And now my character can't move. I don't know what happened. I reloaded an earlier game. Also can't move. I can jump. Can't attack either. Apparently I can shield bash. I can do that to move forward. Yeah. So the whole thing got warped. What was... Casting makes me attack. Attack. Activate, cast. Everything is still what it should be. And I did reload an earlier game, and it had this problem. Something just broke. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this might just have to be the end of this series. I could make the new Rebirth Plus combination, which has some bug fixes, which might stop the problems I've been having. And maybe it's time for me to try a new character. Skew has been amazing. Being able to mind control people this fluidly, which happened in the part of the video you weren't watching because I forgot to record it, is wonderful. But between the various bugs and mod conflicts and problems and having to remake this character 3-4 times, and if this is happening now, I think I might just have to retire this series. I can pick it up again with a new character, have some fun, show off more stuff, maybe even play some other games. But I will not remake Skew again for this video series. I don't know. Maybe I speak too soon. We'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, and others, good night.